Hello. It's been a while. It's been 8 months to be precise. How does it feel to be 8 months older since you last didn't watch my video? Because if you did watch the last video, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You know what else I would also appreciate? Search up Spanky and give it a wish list. Thanks. We are making a party game about slapping ass. The last time I made a YouTube video, we had 3 modes publicly available through the Steam Next Fest demo. So let's get started with some Unreal Engine development devlog content about... Yeah, so just a quick recap. Spanky is a booty movement-based party game where the main mode is called a Spanky Champion. In Spanky Champion, you play back-to-back games, and your goal is simply to do the best you can in every single one, because the better you do, the closer you get to reaching the cheek crown, and the person who reaches the crown at the end is the Spanky Champion. You can also host custom games and play the games one by one. So now let's get into the actual game modes. Once a tag, let's get into the juicy stuff. One person is it, the other person is not it. The person who is it needs to tag, in our game, slap the bum of the person who is not it. The original tag mode used to be based off of running. The more you run around, the more you move around, the more points you get. And that was cool. That's still in there. It's not really the driving factor. We wanted to promote people to move. In all of our modes, you'll find that we want people to be dynamic. We don't want them to be camping in bushes, because that's boring, especially in a party game that's meant to be chaotic. So in tag, quite a while ago, we added fruit. You have to collect the fruit to get your points. That's the main source of points. The most points wins. Cannot get the fruit if you have a tag, so you need to tag someone to get rid of the tag, and then you can collect fruit. Tag is pretty basic, pretty straightforward. There's nothing really to it. If you haven't been tagged for a while, you get a bounty. A little portrait slides in, and it says, "You're the bounty dash tag." The next mode is Death Tag. Can you guess what Death Tag means? I can tell you, because I know. Me, tag, except when you tag someone, they die because you have a bomb on your hand. It's basically Battle Royale. There's a border that is made of fire and it closes in the map, and you have to run around and slap people on the bum to explode them and kill them. They die. Something we wanted to do with all of our modes is remove spectators. I did a video, one of our devlogs, about how we developed this spectator system. It kind of ruined a lot of things, and any game mode that needs spectating, we have decided that we want to have unique characters and unique roles, some things to fill that void of just being a boring spectator. For Death Tag, we developed a ghost. So once you die, become a ghost with jiggly butt cheeks. The purpose of the ghost is just to annoy players. You can just float around and slap players on the bum, but they can't slap you. It doesn't do anything. Our next mode is called Infection. Have you ever heard of that one? Probably not, because I thought of it myself. I didn't take it from anywhere. Where one person starts with a tag and they're infected, and that person has to tag someone else, then they become infected. So then there's 2 people infected, then slap someone else, then there's 3 people infected, then someone else, and then everyone's infected. Infection's pretty cool. Infection's probably one of my favorite, because the infected people become like little zombies, and I drew the eyes and I drew the mouth, and like... It just kind of works. It just kind of looks cool. And as I said before, we want our modes to be party modes. We want them to be fun. We want them to be engaging. We don't want them to be boring. And we noticed for Infection that you can sort of just hide. And our solution to that was to give everyone a vaccine or a needle and put it in their butt cheek. If you are not infected, you get the needle in your butt cheek, and it is draining, always draining. It is on your screen and it is on your character. When it gets low, you get a warning on your screen and you get a warning on the character, and you have to pick up the vaccine pickup. If you don't and the vaccine runs out, then you also become infected. Gives us 2 benefits. One benefit is if the first infected person is having a hard time, other people can become infected. The second benefit is the people who are running around trying to survive, they cannot just stand in a bush, because if they do, they will run out of their vaccine and become infected. Moving on. The next mode we have is Race. Race was also one of the first modes that we made. Race was really fun. I just made a spline and put some points along the spline, turned those into checkpoints where everyone can see the checkpoints. If you overlap them, they become your new checkpoint. It's not hard logic. You can also take that spline, take the point that your checkpoint, determine how far along that spline you are to display the player's positions. Race is pretty simple. We wanted a mode to complement the movement and the parkour. It's not really parkour, but there is like mantling and sliding and slide jumps and bunny hops and all that stuff, and Race is a really good mode to really just let that all go. When you finish the race, you also become a ghost, just like in Death Tag. How many modes do we have? Potato. Hot potato is get a bomb. Person with the bomb is going to explode unless they pass the bomb along to a different person.
I don't think I've tried hot potato yet. I got a fruit on my butt.
He's got a hot potato.
I got a hot potato.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. No!
I love it. That's funny.
Again, wanting to lean into the party, the stupid butt cheeks, everything of our game. So I made a potato in the shape of butt cheeks, and that butt-tato sticks onto your butt, and that is the butt-tato. It's got some wires and some fuses in it, and it's ticking down all the time until it explodes. A new one will keep spawning in and attaching to a random player until there is just one player left alive. I made a widget that goes on your screen, and it's a fuse that's slowly ticking down, and you can see that pops up onto your screen if you have the potato on your bum, and it's always ticking in the world, so if the potato is close to you, you can hear it. We found that this mode was a little tricky when you have the potato to catch people. It's kind of the same in other modes, but in other modes it's not as dire. In this mode, don't catch someone, you die. So we ended up making it that you can throw mashed potato, throw the mash and it hits them, and then it goes stuns them or whatever, and then you can chase them down and hit them easier. Hot potato was another one of the modes where once you die, you don't really do anything. So in the brainstorming session of making all of our modes party mode, so why don't we make minions? When the potato explodes on your bum, you become a minion, and then you are like a little potato with butt cheeks, and you can roll around the map and explode on people and launch them into the sky and just annoy people. Your job is purely just to annoy people. But every time you hit someone, you see some tokens spawn into the world, and that's my idea, showing people in the game that they are actually earning tokens for the actions that they're doing. And moving on, in our game we have free-for-all and team mode, so we'll go over the last free-for-all mode, and that is Feast. Feast was originally a team idea where I wanted 2 teams with a bunch of fruit that spawns in the middle of the map and collect the fruit, and as you collect fruit, your butt gets bigger and it fills up, and then you've got to take that fruit back to your base and fill up rocket fuel, and your team has its own canister that you have to fill up, and once you fill it up, your team's rocket launches into the sky, and then you would see a cinematic of like the rocket launching and then landing on the other team and killing them all. That's a bit too ambitious for little old me. I don't know what I was thinking, but Feast has turned into a free-for-all mode where everyone gets their own little tube, and it's not fuel anymore, it's just fruit, it's just your score, and your tube is colored the same as your color. Grab the fruit, your bum fills up, take it back to your tube, fill it up. I can't believe I almost forgot this. The best part about this mode, you can twerk under your tube or just stand under your tube, and it sucks the fruit, it sucks it out of your bum and into the tube. Isn't that amazing? So for the longest time we had it so that when you were standing under your tube depositing fruit into your tube, there was like a bubble around you and it would protect you, and then as soon as you stepped out, the shield would go away. It just didn't feel that great. We ended up getting rid of that. We also ended up adding a button next to each tube, and the button is a literal button. It's a button that is made of butt cheeks, and you have to slap the button and the valve opens. It moves down into the open position, and your Feast points liquids start draining out. Then you can slap it to close it if it's your tube. That's pretty much it. The first team mode is Cops and Rob. So the Cops and Robbers mode is pretty fun. One team is Cops and one team are Robbers. The Cops get a siren hat on their head that goes wee 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 wee, and the Robbers are meant to get balaclavas on their head. There is fruit around the map that gets spawned on like podiums, and the Robbers have to collect the fruit, take it back to their base, which is a hot air balloon. It fills up with the fruit, and then the balloon rises and the Robbers win. The Cops can win by catching all the Robbers. That's pretty simple. Again, similar to the hot potato mode, the Cops have a little bit of a hard time catching the Robbers because the Robbers are always running away, and it's very easy to like slide and dodge. And so we gave the Cops handcuffs, so the Cops can throw handcuffs to stun or trip over the Robbers, get them on a bum, and then they get sent to jail. When you're in jail, you can't move and you're just stuck there waiting for a teammate. A teammate can come and save you by standing on a button, or you can collect keys, and keys spawn around the map, and if you're a robber and you have a key and you get sent to jail, the key will set you free. Last but not least, we have CTF. Do you know what CTF stands for? That's right. Clench the flag, and that's because you clench the flag between your butt cheeks. I don't really think there's much to explain about this mode. It is capture the flag. You get the flag of the enemy team, take it back to your team. You can only capture the flag if your team's flag is still there. That's pretty much self-explanatory. Capture the flag was quite hard for us to code actually, because we coded it twice. The first time we coded it with like a zone around your flag, but then that added a lot, and I mean a lot of ways that the game could fuck up, because people can get flags, die with flags, get flags, leave it in the zone, get flags, take it out and back into the zone, leave it in the zone. So many things can happen where you have to track the state of the flag, where we were just like, no, so we just made it. There is no zone, there is no state. Flag is on the podium, pick it up, take it to the other flag. If it overlaps the podium, that is captured. And if it's not on your podium, then it's in the map somewhere. And that's all you really need to know. So yeah, that is Spanky. That is the 9 modes.
What?
Get him!
Hey.
What? Get him! Get him! Yeah! No!
I got one.
Grizzly! I got you!
Wait.
Clutch!
And finally, to wrap up the video, let me go through the way you play all of these modes. Who am I kidding? It's the same as every other party game. You play them back to back and the person who wins gets some points, and then you all have a scoreboard and you're all trying to reach the crown until one person is the champion, and that's where we get the name Spanky Champion, which is the main game mode of Spanky. When you open the game and you click play, Champion is the main one. There you go. We are releasing on April the 30th. Depending when you see this video, it is coming very soon. I've done so many bug fixes, so many crash fixes. I've been missing making videos. I enjoy making videos, but when there's a whole game to fix, it's just really hard to find the time. I'll see you guys in like 2 days because I've got more videos coming. Goodbye.